So I just wanted to update you guys on some of the things going on in my life. I started volunteering at a place again. I used to volunteer there about a year ago, a little more than a year ago. It took me a while to get back into this place because they wanted me to get this orientation to volunteer there again. So it took a long time to get the orientation. But anyway, so I'm gonna try to do these video logs to see if I don't think anyone's really interested in my life, but if anyone were to be interested in my life, there would be video logs available for people to listen to if they wanted to know what my life was about. Um, I I don't reveal all this information to my friends on Facebook, but I do reveal this information. I do reveal mostly everything about me to my YouTube followers because I have to be more open on YouTube because I use this as a form of therapy. I use Facebook as a form of therapy too, but it's only for people who I'm friends or family with, and I only want them to know a certain amount about me. I only want my YouTube followers to know a certain amount about me. So this isn't going to be very interesting to you. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm just expressing myself. I'm learning some math at khanacademy.com. Um, Learning some pre-calculus. I'm working on I've been reading my business law textbook a lot. I'm realizing the hardest part of life is sleeping and waking. Um, Alright, I was gonna shave today. Well, that's okay. I won't shave today. Maybe I'll shave tomorrow. Yeah, maybe I'll shave tomorrow. That's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's a little too late to shave, but maybe I'll shave tomorrow. Um, I think that life is pretty difficult, but if you don't stop and smell the roses, then it would be even worse. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I take life too. I take my defeats too personally. I say, "Oh, I'm at fault. Oh, I'm at fault because I cut my fingers and I put band-aids on my thumbs and my other fingers because I can't stand the stress. Like I literally can't stand the stress. And I've had this stress on me since I was like in fourth grade. Like as soon as my parents got divorced, that's when I just I couldn't handle the stress anymore because my parents getting divorced happened at the same time as like school got really hard. I mean, school was always really hard, but like it's just like I can't every like I love my dad so much and like I couldn't handle them getting divorced and it's just um and I'm like sweating right now because I'm always hot. I'm always hot. I'm always like burning up. I'm always like burning up. I'm gonna try to do these YouTube vlogs more in the future. I think I might have bottomed out with my channel. I'm at like exactly 100 views in the last month, which that's like I haven't gotten a number that low since about 6 years ago. 6 years ago is the last time I got about 100 views in a month. Um, but that's okay. That's really okay. I'm trying to create a depth of content, trying to create a depth of my persona, and I do this more for me than I do it for other people. If anyone wants to hear this, they can hear it, but I do this more for me than I do it for other people. People can listen to me if they want to on here, but I do it for me so that I can express myself. So yeah, I cut I bite my fingers. I bite the skin around my fingers, and then I have to put band-aids on them, like this band-aid here. And that is why I can't stream on TikTok every day. I swear to God, I can't stream on TikTok every day because I bite the sides of my fingers. And I can't handle the stress. I can't handle the obscene images they put on my stream. I can't handle the curse words they use, the insults they use. I can't handle the criticisms they use. I can't handle any of it. Like, I literally can't handle any of it. And I'm at a point now most of my streams on TikTok, 90% of the people are the nicest people possible. Like 90% of the people are the nicest people possible. But it still bothers me that 10% of people still don't like me. It just bothers me. And the people that try to trap me into saying bad words, that is the worst. That is what it makes me literally double think everything I say. I have to think about everything I say twice because these people want me to say something bad and so they can post it on their YouTube channel, make money off me because I'm a bad streamer, and try to get my stream taken down or try to harass me with their YouTube viewers or whatever. And it's too much. It's really too much. And I had trouble dealing with the stress of it. I have trouble streaming on TikTok. By the way, for all you people who used to watch me on YouTube stream, I do stream on TikTok there. I'm not going to share my TikTok on YouTube because I just don't really care. I don't really care that you guys go over to my TikTok. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm building a different audience, and I don't really want to share viewers. I don't really want to post a link. It doesn't matter to me. So I don't really care. You're not going to be able to see my TikTok account anyways, but just know I have one, and I'm YouTube streaming over. I'm streaming over there instead of YouTube. I used to stream on YouTube a little bit streaming YouTube. I think that I put too much pressure on myself. I kind of like to do these videos before I go see the therapist because it kind of cleanses my mind of everything that is on my mind before I see a therapist, so that I know what I'm thinking about, and I know what I want to talk about the therapist with or whatever. I don't really have a lot of things I want to talk about the therapist with. I hope she just asks me questions, or maybe we can do maybe she can get questions from a little question box and ask me questions or whatever. Sometimes we do that as a little game, because when I don't have anything to talk about. Everything's going pretty well for me. I really can't handle the stress though of streaming on TikTok because it really bothers me, because I know if I do it for 11 hours a day, I know I can make a career at it. I know for a fact I can make a career on TikTok if I stream for 11 hours a day. I know that for a fact. The problem is it's just hard. I streamed for 2 hours a day last week, which is really cool. I don't normally stream for 2 hours. It wasn't 2 hours together. It was 25 minutes here, 25 minutes here, and it was like 4 or 5 different 25-minute segments. But it was 2 hours. It really was 2 hours. No doubt about that. No lie. So that was cool. I did stream on TikTok for 2 hours. That was cool, but I guess I started visualizing myself doing that every day. I just started thinking to myself, that blows, man. That just blows. That stinks. That stinks. And I was thinking to myself, what is a better use of my time? So I started reading my business law textbook. I started studying pre-calculus on KhanAcademy.com. And I think that I started to get really bad sleep for a while. I get really bad sleep because I wasn't streaming on TikTok, so I was sleeping really bad because I wasn't really doing anything. Today I should sleep okay because I've made a YouTube video and I've done some homework with pre-calculus and stuff. But today I should sleep pretty well because I've actually done something. I'm even making a longer form video today. It's already at 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes. This is going to be a longer form video. It might even be 40 minutes like my last video. So maybe I'll be making longer form videos on here. I don't really know. I think that I need to get my stress under control, because if there's going to be a band-aid on my finger, I am not going to apply to the local supermarket anymore. If there's a band-aid on my finger, I'm not going to apply to the local supermarket anymore, because that means I'm not ready to work. That just means I'm literally not ready to work. Because if I can't handle the pressure from streaming on TikTok, how the heck am I going to handle the pressure from working at a supermarket? Because it's a lot harder to be at a supermarket than it is to stream on TikTok. So I need to get my stress under control, and I need to get it under control for a while. I need to get comfortable with who I am as a person, comfortable with what I'm doing with my life, and I need to hopefully create more content on YouTube and TikTok and stuff. All the channels are, well, TikTok's growing. This isn't really growing much. YouTube is kind of stuck at the same level it's been at for 6 years, kind of. That's okay. It's at a good subscriber number. I think it's 339 is a good amount of subscribers. Please subscribe if you made it this far in the video. Everything's going pretty well for me. I'm like sweating on my face. I'm literally like sweating on my face because it's so stressful for me to do this video. Instead of like just what would I normally be doing? I'd normally be listening. I'm gonna be watching TikTok videos or something. I was like scrolling through TikTok, like, this is like dumb as heck, scrolling through all these TikTok videos, and I just thought like, oh, I'll just make a video just to put myself out there, because I can't just scroll through TikTok videos all day. I think vlogs are good on YouTube. I think some people like vlogs on YouTube. This isn't gonna have a big audience. This is never gonna have a big audience. But I like to express myself as a way to benefit me. This is more about me time than it is about you time. It's more about helping myself communicate my issues more than it is about gaining a big audience. I think that people, I don't really understand how people are so successful a lot of the times. I don't really understand it. It's like I think they network more than I do. I want to guess. I want to guess a part of the reason that people are more successful than I am is they network more than I do. I think I've realized that's part of it. Is like they just network more than I do. And they use in-person networking. Right? They use in-person networking instead of I use online networking. I think they use in-person networking, and that's how they get jobs. I can't stand in-person networking. Like, I literally can't stand in-person networking because I can't stand other people. And I can't stand the whole, hey, I'm going to make myself all great and dandy and, hopefully you hire me, yippee-doo-dah-yay. It's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the in-person networking. Maybe I should do more. Maybe I should go to more of those events. I don't even want to work at the local supermarket anymore. Did I say that already? Because if I can't, because I was thinking, oh, I want to work at the local supermarket, but if I can't stream on TikTok without biting the sides of my fingers, how the heck am I going to work at a supermarket? And it's unbearable. Life is really unbearable. And I've been biting the sides of my fingers ever since my parents got divorced, and it's nonstop. It's nonstop, and I don't know how to make it better. I don't know if I got into a really good romantic relationship, would that make it better? I don't know if romance would make it better. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if drinking would make it better. I think drinking would make it better temporarily. I don't think drinking would make it better long term. I think long term, drinking would make the cutting on my fingers worse. And I think, I don't even know if I want to find a romantic relationship. I don't even know if that's what I want. And people tell me, I've had my cousin told me, like, "That's so stupid. You're, what do you call it? You're making videos on YouTube and TikTok. It's so stupid." He didn't say on TikTok because I haven't talked to him recently. You're making videos on YouTube because it's just so stupid. And it's like, what are you doing with your time? This guy goes to bars and stuff. This guy's like getting drunk all the time. And getting drunk is not better than making videos on YouTube. I'm reaching a very, very large audience when I'm on YouTube. When you're getting drunk, you don't reach a very large audience. You reach a local audience. And local audience can be nice because a local audience can help you find employment. A local audience can help you find a romantic relationship. There's a lot of things that a local audience can give you that an international audience like this can't give me. And there's a lot of things that networking locally gives people that really satisfies. It's really satisfactory to network locally. I would truly rather network internationally. Because it's just, to me, this is the only thing that makes sense. This is just the only thing that makes sense. Because if this ever takes off, because the only way people could truly get to know me is through my YouTube videos. I don't want someone to get to know me based on a 5-minute conversation. I don't want that. I don't know. I guess I could, but I guess I could get to know people on a 5-minute conversation, but I don't really want. I believe in chasing big goals. I believe in chasing big dreams. I'm not into this small time stuff. I had a guy, he's in my life skills class, Willie. He says I should go outside and, what do you say? He just said go outside and make money. He just told me to go outside and make money, like I literally walk out the door and somebody's gonna give me money or something. I don't know what he's talking about. He just said go outside and make money, because he thinks I'm not making enough money on TikTok, that I shouldn't continue doing that because I wasn't making enough money. I do make some money, by the way, on TikTok. I don't make any money on YouTube, but I make some money on TikTok, and and this guy in my life skills class was telling me to go outside to make money. What am I gonna do outside? What am I gonna be, a landscaper? You know? You think I could be a landscape? You think I know anything at all about landscaping? And yeah, if I do it, I get better at it, right? If I did the landscaping, I get better at it. But Jesus Christ, I'm not athletic at all. I have trouble I have trouble bending down to the ground and getting back up again. I have trouble with a lot of that stuff. And I have trouble wearing dress pants, wearing black pants, like Dickies black pants. I have trouble with just nice pants. I can't wear those. I do wear those when I go to my volunteer place. That's what makes my volunteering so important. I do bend down to do things, but that's what makes my volunteering so important, is I'm expanding beyond my life skills classes and into into more of a work-like environment. Because my volunteer place, that's the goal, right? I could get a job at where I'm volunteering at, because even more than I want to work at a supermarket, I want to work at the place where I volunteer at, because it's a really nice place to work. lots of air conditioning. I'm not going to give away too many details, but it's a really nice place to work. It's a really nice place to volunteer, and it's a really nice place to work. And I think I can get a job there. I think it's possible. I think I've got to get better at a lot of different things. I've got to learn like 100 different things. I got to get stronger so I can bend down and do stuff and all different stuff. And I got to increase my flexibility and all that stuff. I got to do a number of different things before I'm going to get a job there, but at least I'm trying. At least I'm trying. I think that I think people network locally, and like they have these like friend groups, right? They have like local friends, right? Which I'm more about building an international fan base on TikTok and YouTube. I want to build international friends, whereas other people just want to make local friends, right? Which is fine. But local friends want to do things that can be negative for your life. Whereas if you just have international friends, they're not going to have that big of an impact on your life. The people commenting on my YouTube videos, I know who you are, and it's they do have an impact on my life. I think about what they say a lot on my comments on my YouTube videos, but there's so few of them. Each one makes a huge impact on my life because there's so few comments. On TikTok, I get thousands of comments on TikTok. But YouTube, the comments, they do have a big effect on me, but there's something about local friends which I've never fully understood. I've never understood the local friend phenomena. Like, you really want local friends? Why would you want local friends so much? You ever want to build out your local friends? I've never gotten a job from my local friends. I've never made money from my local friends. I do make money on TikTok. I don't, what am I going to get from my local friends? I don't even find romantic relationships from my local friends. I don't even find that. I do not find romantic relationships from my local friends. I do not find jobs from my local friends. I don't really find anything. It's just more like a talk therapy kind of thing where we just talk about our problems and we just express ourselves the best we can. I don't know what the ultimate goal of my life should be, because should I say my age? What I say on TikTok is I'm in my 30s. I'm in my 30s now. I don't give my exact age, just for the heck of it. I don't give all my details to everybody. I just don't do that on the internet. I just don't do that on the internet. But I'm in my 30s, and I don't know what goal I should be striving towards at this point. I could work on my TikTok account. I could focus on volunteering. I could focus on my YouTube channel. I like to make these YouTube videos right before I see my therapist once a month. Just to make sure I'm sure of what I'm thinking about. Just to make sure I'm really clear thinking before I see my therapist. So maybe I'll just make these videos once a month for YouTube. In fact, let me look that up right now. Was that the last time I made a video for... No, it was April 2nd. My last video was April 2nd. I think my last therapy was like March 20 something. So I made 2 videos since then. But the really long video I made wasn't before the therapies. That's interesting. That was since then. Since my therapy. So it wasn't right before my therapy. Sometimes I get stressed out over therapy, like I'm gonna say something stupid or whatever. I don't want to say something stupid. I want to make a good impression on people. It's just I don't really get, like, what am I doing right now? Like, I'm waiting for my fingers to heal so that I can stream on TikTok. That's the biggest thing I'm doing right now. Is I'm waiting for my skin on my fingers to heal so I can stream on TikTok. So that, because I have to have my stress level to a certain level before I can stream on TikTok again. I do make money on there. I do make money on TikTok. I hope to make money someday on YouTube, and I do make money on TikTok. It's just I don't make a lot of money, but it's a good start, and I really do think it's growing over the past few years. I've been getting bigger and better and bigger and better over the past few years on TikTok. I think things are going really well, but at the same time, there's only so much. As I clean off my PS5, the dust off my PS5, because I'm really bad at dusting. This is not how you're supposed to dust with your fingers, by the way. You're supposed to dust with a Swiffer or whatever, but I don't have a Swiffer right now. Or it's not a Swiffer. It's something, the duster thing. I don't know what it's called. Not the Swiffer. I forgot what it's called, but I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And what I was doing like a minute ago, before I started this YouTube video, was I was just scrolling through TikTok videos, which that is the biggest mindless thing you can do with your time is scroll through TikTok videos. Ooh, a cat video. Ooh, a dancing video. Ooh, a dog video. Ooh, a video about Christianity. Ooh, a video about Christianity. Ooh, a video game. Charismatic speaker. You know, just there's nothing on TikTok. Why am I scrolling through it? There's nothing on TikTok. It's funny. I heard Bill Simmons say he doesn't have TikTok on his phone. I thought that was funny. I hear all these people say they don't have TikTok, and I'm like, dude, how do you live like that? How do you live without TikTok? Just the dancing alone. I don't know how people live without the dancing. I mean, how do you get motivation not from the TikTok dancing? You tell me. I mean, honest to God, you tell me how you get motivation not from the TikTok dancing. Because that's where I get motivation from. So I want to dance, and I want to dance all the time because I'm watching TikTok. And so that's what I do, right? I watch the dancing on TikTok and spend a few minutes doing that, spend an hour doing that. All of a sudden, I'm dancing myself. I'm dancing. And I'm pretty soon I think about recording myself on TikTok to do a dancing video. And it's like, I would rather record myself talking on YouTube rather than record myself doing a dancing video on TikTok. I don't want to dance. I don't want to dance. I've thought about dancing and I don't want to dance. I just don't want to dance. It's not that complicated. I don't know. I watch TikTok and it makes me want to dance. And then I think about it, and then I do some moves, and I put my arm in the air and go, yeah. And I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Shaking my hips and, all this stuff. Moving my legs back and forth on the bed. I don't want to dance. Come on. That's what I'm doing. That's why I watch TikTok. Is to get me to dance. Because dancing is great cardio. Dancing is a fantastic cardio workout. I'd highly recommend it. And that's why I watch TikTok. It's for the dancing. And it's just, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with my time. I already did some math problems on KhanAcademy.com. I guess pretty soon as I I guess what I'm going to be doing as I wind down and go to sleep every day, I'm going to be reading my business law textbook to make myself all tired and make myself want to yawn and stuff. I'll read my business law textbook so that I can be ready to go back to college someday, and I'll do a lot of reading to improve my reading skills, and I'll do a lot of math to improve my math skills. But really, it's like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. How long has this been? 30 minutes. 30 minutes and 30 seconds. Excuse me. It's been 30 minutes and 30 seconds. Is that all I have to say? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder what my future is going to hold. I wonder where I'll be making content in the future, more on YouTube or TikTok. I wonder if I'm going to go back to college someday. I wonder if I'm going to get a job at some point. I wonder if my volunteering is going to go well, or my sleep is going to become terrible because now I'm around all these people and I get social anxiety from all these people. And my sleep is going to get really bad at this point because I'm around people all the time. Because I have to wear those tight pants that don't fit me very well because I'm fat. And I wonder like, will I wonder, will I be able to will the volunteering go well? Will I be able to turn that into a job? Will I be able to stream more on TikTok? Will I stop biting my fingers? Because I don't just bite my fingers. I pick at them with my other fingers to take the skin off. I like to take the skin off the sides of my nails. The sides of my nail. I like to take the skins off. I know it's gross. You can ban me for that. You can ban me right now on TikTok for that. But I tell you what, it is my personal, real life problems. It is my personal, real life problems, and that is what I go through. That's what I go through on a regular basis. I don't do it every day. I don't do it every week, but a lot of weeks I do it. It's my personal problems. I have personal problems. I don't know if I'm going to get blocked on YouTube for saying that, but I have personal problems. I don't know if anyone else in the audience has it happen with their fingers before, that they just take off bits of skin and bite at it and all this stuff. It's not that it tastes good. It's just a stress reliever. It just reduces my stress level. That's all. It's not good for me though. I know that much. It's not good. I've been doing it ever since my parents got divorced, and ever since my parents got divorced in the 4th grade, I've been doing it, and I just don't know. I don't know how to make it stop. I don't know how to finally stop myself from picking at the side of my fingers, biting the side of my fingers. Because that is what is stopping me from streaming on TikTok for long periods of time. It is very mentally hard, I think, to stream on TikTok. It's very mentally hard because there's a lot of people that want you to lose. There's a lot of people that want you to lose on there, and they'll try to get you to say the bad things and stuff, and they'll put offensive, obscene things in the chat. And it's my job to delete those things and to not repeat what they're saying in the comments, or not say their name if their name is obscene or whatever. I have to put a lot of thought into, do I want to read this person's name or do I not want to read this person's name? I'm at a point now. If a person's name doesn't sound like a regular name, I don't really want to read it. If it doesn't sound like a regular person's name, I don't really want to read it. The more off the wall the name sounds, the less I want to read it. The more thought I'm going to put it into, do I really want to read this name? A lot of people come in really positive and stuff, really positive energy, but they're really trying to project something negative at me at the same time. It's really a lot of bad stuff. Bad things. A lot of bad things. A lot of bad things. They wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Bad things. A lot of bad things. It's a Drake song. They wish and they wish and they wishing on me. It's God's plan. It's God's plan. It's God's plan. They wish and they wish and they wishing on me. A lot of bad things. Bad things. A lot of bad things. It's God's plan. It's God's plan. Anyways, it's a Drake song, obviously. It's from like 10 years ago. Or 11 years ago, to be exact. Maybe 12 years ago. I don't know. 13 years ago. I don't know when it was. Drake's pretty good, I guess. I just need to get myself to stop biting and scratching at the side of my fingers. That is something I've got to make myself do so that I can stream on TikTok and make the big money. I've got to get my stress under control because I do that because I'm stressed. So I've got to get my stress under control. So one thing, I'm not going to put another application in the supermarket by my house because I don't want to focus on that and the TikTok and the volunteering and the math and the business law and all this stuff and the therapy and all this stuff. I don't want to do all of that at the same time. I'm going to take a break with the applications for Publix. Oh, I said the name. Whoops. Oopsie, I said the name. Anyway. Nobody even watches this video all the way through anyway, so. That's the supermarket's name. I'll try to say the supermarket from now on. I try not to dox myself. All I'm trying to do is try not to dox myself. Try not to give too many details away about myself. I need to not dox myself. I know a lot of people don't like me. A lot of bad people wish bad things on me. Bad things. A lot of bad things. So, try not to dox myself on here. What can you sometimes say a bad thing? Not a bad thing, but an incorrect thing. It's just the wrong thing, whatever you want to call it. I'm always never in the center of this video. I feel like I'm always off center somehow. I got to get better at communication. I got to get better at memory skills. I got to get better at strength. Strength is going to be a big deal to improve my ability to work. I go to the pool every day to exercise. That's how I get my cardio, is 30 minutes a day swimming at the pool. That's how I get my cardio. I just went to my physical. My doctor told me you should walk for 30 to 45 minutes a day. And I'm like, yeah, I do that. I do walk. I walk to the pool and walk back from the pool. So it's like a few minutes each way, and then I swim for 30 minutes. That's like 45 minutes total. So I do get my cardio I need each day. I'm not going to get in good physical condition. I don't know if I'm ever going to get in good physical condition. And that's just something I've got to deal with. I've got to deal with the fact that I don't know if I'm ever going to get in good physical condition. The rest of my life, I'm going to look like this. I don't know if my motivations are off or I'm thinking about the wrong things. I don't know if my focus is off. Like I should be focusing on working out or something. I can't work out because every time I lift weights, I don't gain any muscle. I don't gain any muscle from lifting weights. I used to lift weights for so many years. For so many years, I used to lift weights at the gym in my neighborhood, but I never gained any muscle from it. My arms always look like this. My arms always look like pipsqueaks. That's why I don't think you really gain muscle from going to the gym. I think you gain muscle from being in good relationships. I think that's how you gain muscle. Good relationships. I don't think you gain muscle from going to the gym. And I mean good local relationships. I mean like good intimacy. All that stuff. I don't really care about that stuff, though. I don't really care about romantic relationships, because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself and your mind. And what I want to do is I want to live as long as possible. And if I'm trying to live as long as possible, I'm not trying to babysit some woman. I'm not trying to tell some woman how she should live, or want her to tell me how I should live. I want to live as long as possible, and I want to figure that out on my own. I want to do the research. I want to figure out those things on my own. I'm pretty sure I can figure it out if I set my mind to it. And it is complicated. It's very complicated how to live independently without a significant other. It is complicated. But this is what I want. This is really what I want. And I want to focus on my career, and I want to focus on my education, and I want to focus on content creation and putting the best me I can put out there. I don't want some significant other to change me. I don't want that. Because I like who I am. I'm comfortable with me, and I like who I am. Like a Dr. Seuss book. I'm comfortable with me, and I like who I am. So I think this video is going in the wrong direction, because I don't really like to talk too much about my personal life. So I finished talking about my stress levels, my fingers, and TikTok and all that stuff a while ago. How I'm studying things on math and business law and all that stuff online, and a textbook and all that stuff. Textbook on Google Play, of course. I've communicated all that already. I've expressed what I wanted to say. I think now I'm just meandering about things that I don't need to talk about. I'm starting to slip as far as giving away things about myself that I don't want to give up. I don't want to say about my personal life. I don't really want to talk about that. Though it's okay to talk about it a little bit. I don't want this channel to be mostly about my personal life. I don't want this channel to be mostly about what's going on in the details. I want this channel to be broad strokes, broad arrangements of what is good and what is righteous in the eyes of God. That's what I want this channel to be about, what is good and what is righteous in the eyes of God. So, I think that, I think that's it. Let me know in the comments below. Let me see what I want you to say in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have a plan for your future? I'm thinking about going back to college personally. Thinking about going back to college. Do you have a plan of where you want to work? Do you have a plan of where you want to volunteer? Are you active in your community? Tell me your plan on how you take care of yourself. And I want to know the details about your life. And I want to know everything you care about. No, I don't want to know all the details about your life on your comments. Just tell me about yourself. Comments below, and we can become friends. And that's it. Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.